What's up, everyone, and welcome to ClearTalk. In this video, I might be a little late to this, but we're going to be talking about the Super Bowl battle, the halftime show, Super Bowl halftime show battle. Bad Bunny versus Kid Rock. So why are we talking about this? Well, fuck, everybody is. So why the hell not? We're going to talk about both of them and the whole, battle controversy, why this and that, and I'm gonna give my opinion. So sit back, because I'm gonna try to have some fun with this. All right, welcome to Clear Talk. If you are new here, please check out more videos from the channel if you'd like to. Clear Talk there, like, share, comment, all that good stuff to help get more videos in front of more people. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you to do it. If you'd like to check out videos from my other channels, JMD, JMDPLAY Puzzling, if you see what you like there, consider subscribing to those as well, to help those channels out. Patreon there, $3 a month you support. Any of the channels you would like to help get, to help grow those channels, help grow Patreon, help grow JMD Nation, and contribute however you like. Any way you contribute and support is very much appreciated. And I thank you very much. And if you're returning, you are freaking amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. So keep coming back, because you are what makes JMD Nation. Okay, so what did we have here? We have, I haven't been a big NFL fan for a little while now. I was following quite a bit. In a big Saints fan for a few years there, for more than a few years, but it was mostly because of Drew Brees, and so don't hate me if you don't like Brees, if you didn't like Saints or whatever. If you're a fan of somebody else, that's not the point of this video. Point is, or what I'm talking about. After Brees retired, I really didn't have any interest anymore. I was like, whatever, I was only really interested, I figured out, because of him. I really respected him and his gameplay, and that's just that. But it would appear that the NFL has been growing rapidly over the past few years, and this particular year, from my understanding, is like the largest viewership year in maybe ever. I mean, it is like massive. And so the NFL has had, as they are aspiring, apparently, to become global. Okay, they are. From my understanding, they are. And when you think, and some people are like, because NFL has been is been pretty much, I mean, like solely, mainly it's a USA sport. And where you have a lot of other, sports and stuff like that is worldwide. I mean, that they're celebrated and practiced and done all over the place. It's the reason why soccer, which we call soccer, is actually football for the most of the rest of the world. But we have our own football, the United States being our own little thing. But the NFL has aspirations to actually go. I mean, we've been doing this little by little. This has been going on little by little for quite a while now. I mean, we've had the like London games and stuff. Kind of started it out a little bit, or whatever. Over in the UK or England and stuff or whatever, having some games over there. That's been going on for shit, a couple of decades now, I think, and. But little by little, they are spanning out more and more and more. This year, apparently, they went to Brazil. I just found that out, and had a game there. And apparently, that's coming back. Apparently, next year they are attempting to try to have. They're going to have one in like Australia. So there's this branding that the NFL is trying to span out globally. On an international stage, and they're trying to bring in like viewership and like connect to people worldwide. And some people probably look at that and go, I don't really want them to do that. Those that are like maybe kind of American first kind of people, or just America proud kind of people, just want it to be solely American, because that's what it is. We have our thing, let's keep it to ourselves or whatever. Being kind of selfish, but I completely would understand the NFL wanting to do this. I mean, like I said, you have many other sports, almost every other sport, damn near it, has international presence. So why the hell not with the NFL? I mean, NFL is about making money. Okay, they're a business, and when it all comes down to it, they're a business. So their attempt is to make money, and if broadening out, expanding out into an international presence and stage is going to make them shit tons more money, of course they're going to do it. Of course they're going to do it. And what does any of that have to do with this conversation? Well, funny enough, see, we have this, whenever it come out that Bad Bunny was going to perform, okay, it created this whole major controversy, on the right, and people that are so American proud and all American and all this kind of shit, that oh my gosh, there's a guy from Puerto Rico, he's not even really American, and blah 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 blah, and he's Spanish speaking, and wow, we can't have this at the Olympics. I mean, at the Olympics, fuck me, at the NFL halftime show. That's un-American. Blah 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 blah. Football's American sport, and it's un-American to have somebody. Wow, yes, football in NFL is a United States of America sport. As I just talked about, it's trying to expand. And for those who don't know, and I honestly didn't even realize or know, because I had not, I mean, I think I had maybe seen Bad Bunny in I don't know. It's just not my generation. It's not my generation of music. I don't particularly listen to that genre of music. I am a more hard rock, metal, progressive metal person. So it's not my thing. But just like country is not my thing. I hate country. I mean, I literally can't stand country. So, I mean, if you want to hate on me for that, fine, whatever. But it's just my preference. I can't stand it. And I don't particularly care for, the reggae. I mean, I don't really have a problem with reggae or anything like that, or any kind of, or the pop style that Bad Bunny kind of falls into. Which I think he considers himself kind of reggae town. I mean, I would question to some degree, but I haven't heard a lot of his music. I don't know. But, from my understanding, what I found out is Bad Bunny is massive. He is fucking huge. He is international. He is literally for the past 4 years running been the number one streamed artist on Spotify. It's like him and fucking Taylor Swift. They are internationally massive. Okay. I didn't fucking know that, but hey, and when you are on such a massive scale internationally, you have a broad ability to connect on an international presence, an international stage. And when you realize that's what Bad Bunny has accomplished, whether I know anything about him or not, or have heard any of his music or not, it would be a compassing of NFL if they are wanting to expand to host the biggest artist basically in the fucking world. That's it in a nutshell. That's really the reason why NFL chose Bad Bunny to perform. And like I said, when I heard it, I'm like, who the fuck's Bad Bunny? I don't know. But just because I don't know him doesn't mean the rest of the fucking world doesn't know him, or even the rest of the United States doesn't know him. He's very popular, massively popular. He connects, and that's what the NFL wanted. But you're American proud. Oh, they couldn't accept that. They can't take that. Oh, no, he's going to be speaking Spanish. We can't have that. You know, all your ones that are supporting the whole mass deportation and the grabbing up of brown people and all over, you know, the United States, whether it's, you know, aggressively and violently or not, they don't care. That's what they, you know, they don't want. They don't want that here. If you can't speak English, you don't belong here. This is America. This is English America, and you know, God-fearing America. We you know, and God doesn't speak anything but English. They couldn't have that. And so they decided to, you know, once as and this is not even like, let's be real here. This is not the first time, okay, that this has happened. They did this last year too. So it's really just, honestly, they're just using it as an excuse to just do it again. And they're going to continue every fucking year to complain in some sort of way for them to be able to have their own performance. Let's just be real here. When it comes to that All-American halftime show that they put on with TPUSA. Sorry, I got something in my throat. So to some degree, I question whether or not it really had any fucking thing at all to do with Bad Bunny at all, other than just finding an excuse to have their own performance, because, you know, they have a different mentality of America, and that's the mentality of what if you watched the All-American performance, you certainly got from it. You know, I want to drink my beer, I want to fish, I want to wear my boots, and I want my woman to love me, and I want to be a strong, manly man, and you know, hunt and all that. That's what apparently American Proud thinks is American. Because that's all the fuck you got. Every single song was damn near that. I like the way my woman loves me. I'm drinking my beer and driving my truck. And that's all the fuck America means to them. About me. What can you do? Why me and me, my, you know, don't tread on me kind of thing. I don't want to turn on the TV and see this and that. I don't like it when the gun that I shoot and use to hunt with, you know, I'm told is also used in a school shooting. I don't want to see that. Well, sorry, but it's fucking reality. You might not like it, but it's motherfucking reality. And you need to, and there's nothing wrong with owning up to that. And also, like, having a cognitive reason of there's a fucking problem with that. But that's what you got from that entire performance. Oh, and that, of course, you know, the whole Jesus loving God propaganda, like of that's what you know, we're God fearing, Jesus loving, you know, Southern Americans, like that. It was very specific like wild enough. It's very specific. Like, and but it comes to the mentality that that's what they want. The people that are concerned in supporting this alternative halftime show, which like who the fuck really? I mean, like you're. This, is it that big a deal? Is the NFL is the Super Bowl that important that you need a performance catered solely to you? Like every fucking year, you need the performance to be catered solely to you and nobody else. Nobody else gets an opportunity or the chance to have. You want it to be your country ass proud, patriotic delusion of what you think is patriotic kind of performance in your face, like in not only your every fucking body's face. That's what you wanted. It shows the selfish mentality of the people who support this kind of stuff. Now, oh, we can't we just don't accept anything but this. It kind of tells you all. It really does. But anyway, so we're gonna get into some specifics here. All right, and a little breakdown on some of this stuff. Swap over here. I got a good thing here. The deeper meaning. We're gonna start with the Bad Bunny Super Bowl 4. Now I watched this. I watched both of them. I watched the entire Bad Bunny because they were all, everybody was complaining. Whoops. What just happened? Because everybody was complaining that, the Bad Bunny, the entire performance was in Spanish, and this is just un-American, and blah 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 blah. And while yes, everything that Bad Bunny spoke in was Spanish, you did have Lady Gaga had a performance piece in it where she actually spoke English. And I mean, I'd be a little funny here. I mean, Bad Bunny himself even did say a few English words, like because some English and Spanish, like, but he did say a couple, But most of it, yes, it was also. But to some degree, I do question whether or not this was even the original, like, design for the performance, or was this more of like, what, I was gonna, you have to question or wonder to some degree whether or not at some point he was like, or maybe even when it originally was thought of for him to perform, that he was probably going to do some to some degree some English lyrics, but after being just bad-mouthed and hit on it so damn hard, he's like, you know what, fuck it then. I will do all, Spanish lyrics. I mean, I personally wouldn't blame him for doing that. But anyways, all right. The deeper meaning of Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime performance. When you make history, why is this doing this? I had the full thing up a minute ago. Too early what? Bro, why are you doing this to me? Is Slate not allowing me to look at the whole thing? What's going on here? Show you how to get around some shit. Okay. Bringing up in another thing. All right. Sorry, we had a little bit of problem where my other browser was had already recognized that we had watched it. Apparently, Slate, like, it will allow you to look at something initially, but then if you reset it, they'll kind of push you to get a subscription. Anyways, all right, so here we go. The deeper meaning of Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime performance. When you make history, it only makes sense to throw a party. And when it comes to parties, there are no bigger than the Super Bowl halftime show. Going into Sunday nights, Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, better known to the world as Bad Bunny, was fresh off, and I'm sorry if I jacked that up in any way. Was fresh off of a historic Album of the Year win in last week's Grammy Awards, the first for a Spanish language artist. It was the latest in a long list of remarkable achievements for the Bayaman-born. I guess that's right. Bayaman? I hope I didn't make that up here. Recording artist whose dazzling accent to record-breaking touring acts and most streamed artists on Earth has made his career a point of pride for Latin Americans everywhere and Puerto Ricans especially. And again, it's meaningful that he's done this in Spanish language art. Something once deemed impossible and still considered controversial. Everyone, however, knows what to do at a party, Spanish or not. You dance. You dance salsa and perio. You soft shoe and twerk. In sugarcane fields and in parking lots and on rooftops, all lovingly reproduced midfield at California's Levi Stadium as Benito told the world on a grand tour of Puerto Rico history. In a breathtaking 13-minute extravaganza. It was a show that gave viewers the sort of surprise appearance that might expect from a Super Bowl halftime show. Lady Gaga, Pedro Pascal, Cardi B, Karol G, Alex Earl, for some reason. Okay. Plus a palpable intimacy that spectacles of his sort rarely seem to have room for. The wedding you saw, which was actually real. There was a couple who like commented or messaged, somehow contacted Bad Bunny requesting him to come to their wedding. And he supposedly said, you know what, instead, how about you have your wedding at my Super Bowl performance? I mean, it was crazy. That was a real wedding. That was an absolutely real wedding that happened in the middle of the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure that's the first time that's ever happened. It was also a watershed moment in pop culture history. The world has changed, and this is what our pop culture looks and sounds like. The idea of U.S. culture hegemony was represented by a lily white English language media is on the decline, and good. This is the gospel of Benito, proclaiming God bless America, then reciting the names of nearly every country in the Americas, marching with their flags flying behind him on a literal level playing field. The days of an imaginary, I mean, the imagery was incredible. The days of an imagined safe white English-speaking median audience, if it ever really existed, are over in the United States, and the appetite abroad for entertainment catering exclusively to that audience is waning. The idea of this default audience is not even a useful fiction anymore. This is a world where an anime film can win the top spot at the U.S. box office, where the highest grossing movie of the year is Chinese, where the most watched Netflix show of all time is Squid Games, and where the longest reigning number one song of the past year is a group of K-pop demon hunters. And that's the point. This idea that a small amount of Americans think that, oh, Americans only this and we can't accept any of this. America is not. America is a potluck of all kinds of different cultures and ethnicities and backgrounds and traditions, and it's the whole point. And we are you have this ever growing interest in all these different artistic avenues across the entirety of the world. Like I said, we're the highest grossing is Chinese. Squid Games is from South Korea, right? If I'm not mistaken. And of course, the K-pop Demon Hunters is the number one song for the past year, longest reigning song. This is 6 years ago, as Parasite was on its way to becoming the first non-English language movie to win an Academy Award for Best Picture. Joon-ho, I probably jacked that up, talked about the riches that await viewers willing to overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles. And it would seem that most of the world has cleared it. And that's the thing. Most of this country has. Most of this country is accepting of all kinds of different languages and cultures and stuff. I mean, we genuinely are. I mean, think about all the fucking food that we eat. And that's the most ironic of all this is the people that will hate and make it out like America's only supposed to be American and blah 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 and puff their chest about it. I guarantee you they were probably just eating at a Chinese restaurant or a Japanese restaurant or eating at a Mexican grill or you fucking name it. I guarantee you in the last week they've probably eaten there. But you're getting mad saying that the NFL is being fucking quote woke because they're having a performer that you claim is not even American, although he's more American than your own fucking president that you support and his wife. And claim that it's un-American to have somebody of Spanish-speaking language perform the halftime show. It is incredibly like ridiculous. Here's a list of non-U.S. artists who have performed at the Super Bowl. Okay, Phil Collins. Phil fucking Collins is from the United Kingdom. 2000 Super Bowl. Everybody loves fucking Phil Collins. Who doesn't like Phil Collins? Didn't have a problem with that. Enrique Iglesias, Spain, 2000. He's pretty much simply loved, like, especially in that era. Nobody had a problem with Enrique Iglesias, even though he spoke Spanish in a lot of his songs. U2, Ireland, 2002. Shania Twain, she's Canadian, 2003. Everybody, all of you, I guarantee you fucking listen to Shania Twain, aren't you? Sting, UK, 2003. Celine Dion, Canada, 2003. Paul McCartney, UK, 2005. The Rolling Stones, UK, 2006. The Who, UK, 2010. Coldplay, UK, 2016. Shakira, Colombia, you know that country that y'all also hate, 2020. The Weeknd, Canada, 2021. And Rihanna, Barbados, 2023. You didn't fucking complain about. I'm damn near confident that you didn't complain about anybody on this list, and they aren't American-born artists. Matter of fact, they are pretty much internationally known artists. You didn't have a problem, but you had a problem with Bad Bunny because he's from Puerto Rico. You do realize Puerto Rico is a part of the United States, right? It's one of our external territories. While you don't have a problem with imperialism and constantly claiming that other countries, should be a part of the United States, but I guess you're not willing to claim them as citizens, though. So, I mean, look out, Greenland. If we actually do take you over, you're never going to be U.S. citizens, apparently. But this is what we're talking about here. You didn't have a problem with this before. But now, as you want something to complain about and claim that it's not American enough, and as a reason for you to have your own fucking personalized performance show put on, you have a problem with it. While Bad Bunny literally put on a performance that was talking about loving relationships, loving other people, and coming together, letting go of the fear of love and the fear of dance, coming together and dancing in joy and celebration, and naming off the fact that the United States is the USA in it is United States of America. The USA is not America exclusive. America is a fucking continent. North and South America with multiple countries in it. And I think a lot of people in America have lost the fucking reality of that and the truth in that. And that was what was a part of also this performance by Bunny. Was showing and opening and revealing that, hey, you're acting like America is only the United States, forgetting that America is actually an entire continent, north and southern spanning. And we are all American. All American. The United States is just a small portion. But yet you think that it is cool and fun or more American to have some country rock performers perform a bunch of songs that's talking about nothing but drinking beer and driving trucks and fishing and women treating them certain ways even though they don't deserve it, loving them and treating them good, because this is apparently a misogynistic performance as well. And the main event being fucking Kid Rock. As if he is some sort of pinnacle of America. Like he is the best represent. You allow Kid Rock to be the best representation of America. Let's talk about Kid Rock for a second. Here we have from the Daily Express, Kid Rock's controversies in full as he takes alternative MAGA halftime show. Kid Rock rose to fame with his hits like Ba Wa Da Ba and All Summer Long. And I'm gonna be honest here. When Ba Wa Da Ba came out, I actually liked that song. I was a teenager at the time. I thought it was a pretty cool song at the moment. But that was the only song that he ever did that I really actually liked. The rest of when I heard the rest of his album, okay, it's not really that good. Never really cared for anything else he did after that. But I did genuinely like Ba Wa Da Ba when it came out. So if you hate me if you want to. I look back at the song now and I'm like, yeah, it wasn't really that good of a song. But in that moment, I did like that song. But let's continue. And is known for his outspoken, often controversial public persona. Here we take a look at some of the controversies over the years. In May 2024, the disgraced star had allegedly flashed a gun in the journalist's face and reportedly used the N-word. During a visit to his Nashville home, journalist David Pesner interviewed the singer largely about politics and his close relationship with Donald Trump, whom he called his bestie. After drinking wine and several Jim Beam and Diet Cokes, Rock allegedly grew drunk and belligerent, even pulling a gun from behind his chair and waving it at Pisner during a heated political debate. And I got an effing goddamn gun here, right here if I need it, he alleged. I got them everywhere. Meanwhile, Rock surprised many by hosting Morgan Wallen's first live performance since the fallout from his widely publicized racial slur video in early 2021. Wallen took the stage at Rock's Big Ass Honky Tonk Bar in Nashville, performing songs like Whiskey Glasses and Wasted on You to a cheering crowd, making his return to perform after stepping back from the spotlight following the controversy. At the time, of the scandal, Wallen said to TMZ, "I am embarrassed and sorry," he said. I used an unacceptable and inappropriate racial slur that I wish I could take back. There are no excuses to use this type of language either. Ever. I want to sincerely apologize for using the word. I promise to do better." In July 2021, the 50-year-old was caught on camera using a homophobic slur on stage at a Tennessee bar. The video published by TMZ showed Rock calling out audience members who were filming him at Fish Lips Bar and Grill in Smithville, Tennessee. In the footage, he shouts, "You effing..." I don't know if that is like what F word that is, but with your iPhones out, and also sings, "You can post this," I'm assuming dick, right here, while grabbing his crotch and looking directly at the camera. Following the incident, he later defended himself by repeating the same slur in a combative response to the backlash. In September 2020, Kid Rock performed at a Donald Trump Jr. rally in Michigan, urging support for Trump and calling out the media as fake. The mostly maskless crowd gathered amid high U.S. COVID-19 cases and similar campaign events criticized as potential super spreader events. In November 2019, Rock was removed from Nashville's Honky Tonk Bar after telling Oprah Winfrey she could suck his you-know-what sideways. He acknowledged that many would find it racist, but dismissed critics saying F off. The rocker was dropped from Nashville's Christmas parade after making profane remarks about Joy Behar on Fox and Friends in November 2018. I would say love everybody except screw that Joy Behar bitch, I'm assuming. Rock went on to apologize for the language, but not the sentiment. At his third annual Fish Fry in October 2017, Kid rapped about his views on gay and transgender rights. Why these days is everything so, I guess, damn gay? I'm not sure. I say the hell with it. Let them get married if they want, because we got many bigger problems to worry about than all that. Whatever you have between your legs should determine the bathroom that you use. Pretty simple. Rock initially announced a run for the U.S. Senate, later revealing that it was a gag inspired by Michigan's lawmakers. By a Michigan lawmaker's 2018 suggestion that he seek the Republican nomination for an open seat. It may be one of the dumbest things I've ever done, but it was an effing riot. Man, some of the shit that went on was unbelievable. It started to become real, which got a little scary. I mean, I just don't understand who looks at Kid Rock and says, "Yeah, I see a senator there." Well, at least he can understand that about himself. And then this one's something that I didn't know, and I was a big Creed fan. Back in 2006, 2 videotapes were allegedly stolen from a safe of former Creed frontman Scott Stapp's house, and then released online, depicting Stapp and Rock in a sexual encounter with 4 women on a tour bus in Florida tour back in 1999. I don't really know if that has anything to do with any of this, or it has nothing like... I don't know what degree this was even really placed here, but it just goes to show that this is the way this guy acts, okay? And this is your best representation for real America. The kind of guy who has no problem talking about somebody sucking his something sideways, telling people to F off, talking about all these different... And then this guy gets up there and tries to add in some lyric to his last song, talking about how dusting off your Bibles and getting a closer relationship with Jesus. Kid Rock is full of fucking shit. Kid Rock is about as fucking Christian as Donald Trump. This guy is a total mess. And he's full of shit. But if this wasn't all enough, how about let's go to his actual fucking lyrics of songs? Okay? The controversy is about 2001 Kid Rock track Cool Daddy Cool, which features the line, young ladies, I like 'em underage. See, some say that's statutory, but I say it's mandatory. The perverse verse performed by the late rapper Joe C. surged across social media. TPUSA promoted its faith, family, and freedom. This was a lyric in a Kid Rock track. And while it was not performed by Kid Rock, it was on his track, which means he accepted the lyric on his track. Okay? He has sole responsibility for his music and what is allowed on his music. And so so that means he shared the same sentiment. Additionally, as Kid Rock performed the TPUSA stream alongside country artists, users unearthed the 2001 Saturday Night Live clip where he made remarks about the then 14-year-old Olsen twins. Why is every guy in America waiting on these chicks to turn 18? If there's grass on the field, play ball. Wow. Facing mounting criticism, Kid Rock did not address the lyrics directly. Instead, he shared a social media post featuring a quote about "learn to love the hate," attributed to Kobe Bryant, a move that drew backlash for deflecting from the core issue. Moreover, this isn't Kid Rock's first brush with Super Bowl controversy. In 2004, he performed during the official halftime show, the one featuring Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction, wearing an American flag as a poncho, which he later drew sharp condemnation from veteran groups and politicians. That was where he had cut a hole in an American flag so that he could place it over his head and wear it as a poncho. And that was considered back then as a disgrace to the American flag. And now this man has become the face of MAGA and the all far right for being an American patriot. And you can say, well, yeah, this was stuff way back in the time, blah, blah, blah. We forgive him and we accept it. You know, that's not who he is now, and blah, 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 blah. But all these things he has said recently, these are not that far long ago. The dude isn't changed. The dude is just a pissed off old country ass guy who doesn't give a fuck about anything except for what is for himself, and is profane and racist. He does not care. But this is who you want to put as your fucking poster boy for what is American. I'm sorry, but MAGA, you'll really need to fucking take a step back and look in the mirror. Check yourselves on how you really genuinely want to be represented. Because over and over and over and over again, you're picking leadership that makes you look like fucking morons. makes you look like the fucking cliche that you are. Like the fucking joke that you are. So if you really want to be taken seriously for your stupid fucking opinions, I think you need to start picking some different fucking people as your leadership. Because the Kid Rocks and the fucking Trumps of the world are not it. Or fuck, maybe they are. Maybe they are the perfect representation of you. Which just means that you are just as big a fucking shit of a human as they are. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. Do these type of people that you keep putting in your leadership positions, are they genuinely a full representation of you? And if not, why the fuck do you keep putting them there? And then you want to, act like anything other than that is not American enough. Doesn't represent you. Hates America, matter of fact. Quite frankly, to me, it looks like you just hate yourself. Because you keep having leadership that makes you look like fucking idiots. It is concerning and disruptive to this American experience. For people like you that support this kind of bullshit to think that you have the mandate and the privilege, the superiority to be the representation for the American experience. Quite frankly, it's just disrespectful at this point. It is straight fucking disrespectful to all of the rest of the 70 to 75% of America. Something like the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl halftime show should not be political. And the decision to have Bad Bunny as the performer was not political. It was business. Business as usual. But you had to go and make it political. And by you, I mean MAGA. You had to go and make it political. Because apparently every fucking thing these days triggers the fuck out of you. Y'all are overwhelmingly becoming just the pissed off Karens and fuck, I don't even know what the male equivalent is. I don't even fucking know. Jacks, fuck, I don't know. I don't hate to disrespect, but y'all are becoming just the angry men and women of America that just wants to hate and be angry and be mad and be pissed off about every fucking thing. while everybody else is just trying to enjoy life. You act like you have lyrics in there where you a guy singing about all I want to do is just enjoy my life. Wear my boots, do my fishing. I don't want, but yet you want to be up in everybody's goddamn business and try to control everything and everybody and what they do and how they think and how they live. Because the way everybody else lives and thinks and the cultures and ethnicities and ways of life and everything, you don't agree with or you don't think is the way is American. And you want to force your thoughts on and beliefs and culture on everybody. And if you don't like it, get the fuck out. Coming really pathetic. It's coming really, really, really pathetic. Pathetic enough that your own king in chief in the White House didn't even fucking tune in to your All-American performance. Your man put on a party, a celebration, where they watched the actual NFL halftime show with Bad Bunny instead of your TPUSA Kid Rock performance. Your All-American performance. There's video out there of it. And while some may claim that the video is fake, I don't care. And you know why I don't care? Because Trump himself truthed about what? The NFL halftime performance. Did he truth about TPUSA? Zilch. No. Nada. That tells me enough that he watched one and not the other. So out of the own horse's mouth is proof to me. He did not care enough about you. Okay, he did not care enough about you. While all these other, and the funny thing is you have all these other right-wing influencers as well wanting to do this whole, turn your TVs off during the thing. But then they turn around right after that and post up about how, the performance was horrible. The performance was trash. So while they're telling you to turn your TVs off, they kept theirs on and watched it anyways. They did not follow in with the protest. How many times do I got to tell you, MAGA, all these people that are influencing you, social media, the administration, everything that you bank your fucking, knowledge and understanding of what the fuck is going on in America today, they are fake news. They are quite literally what you think all the other news is. The Bad Bunny performance was great, even though I didn't understand most of it lyrically. But I got the imagery and I understood the message. And the message was about love, coming together, not being scared to love, and unifying everybody, understanding that as a collective of cultures and and people. That is what makes America. That is what makes this nation, and not only this nation, but the entirety of what is America, which is everybody, not just the United States. And I think it was a great performance. Absolutely great performance. And that All-American was just fucking stupid. It was trash. It was misogynistic, racist bullshit. Everything that America never needed to be and doesn't need to be now. And if you don't like that, I don't give a fuck. But let me know what you think. Until next time, peace. Clear Talk. I'm out.